Okay. Hey guys, I'm here, the Aussie Viking, and oh my gosh, we're going to be reviewing these books today because these are the Goddess Collection books for The Legend of Zelda. I'm just trying to get them in neatly spread out for the thumbnail, but I don't know if I'm going to manage. There we go. Well, this is the Goddess Collection books, and there's three of them. There's the Hyrule Historia, the Arts and Artifacts book, this one, and then the Encyclopedia. This is the best one. But we'll go through them one by one. So first of all, put the books down there. We've got, this is the lightest, the Hyrule Historia. Now basically what this book is this book is pretty much just a bunch of stuff about Zelda's history, and it has like the original timeline placement that is so not controversial at all. It is. So let's have a look at it. So the first bit of the book is pretty much, because this came out in 2011, is all about Skyward Sword. So it's got the development, the characters, because it's trying to promote the new game, obviously. So you've got, you've got the story of Skyward Sword, you've got all sorts of lovely Skyward Sword stuff, and I really love Skyward Sword. If you check out my top 10 Zelda games, if you check out my top 10 Zelda games video, hashtag self-promotion, then you will see that I really love this game. And if we have a look, as it continues after Skyward Sword, then you get the official canon Zelda timeline, which has also been changed since this book came out, but it's pretty much the same. I think some of the Decline of the Hero stuff has changed, but it's mostly the same. Apart from, of course, the introduction of A Link Between Worlds, Triforce Heroes, and Breath of the Wild, because they weren't made yet, obviously. So if we continue down, we can see that this actually has in detail the entire timeline. That's why it's called a Historia. It's the history of Hyrule. There's the Oracle games. You've got Wind Waker, and that's Phantom Hourglass, isn't it? You've got Phantom Hourglass, and then you have, it has the three timelines. The hero, the child timeline, adult timeline, and then it also has the other timeline, which I'm forgetting, the heroes defeated timeline. So it's got all them, and then it's got the development for all the games. So you've got Ocarina of Time there, and basically just goes through. So you've got Malladus, and now as you can see for a review, basically what this what this book is it's pretty much just a milestone for any Zelda fan. It's got so much information, and then after all of that, it's got some like through the ages, like there's Zelda through the ages. It's also got Link through the ages, and also Ganondorf, and how their character design has evolved and changed over time up to this book's release. Ganondorf has the least amount. He just has one page, and then it's just got the games and when they're released and the timeline of the game's release. And then it also ends with a never seen before, not entirely canon, but very cool manga for Skyward Sword. Actually, it's a prequel to Skyward Sword, and Skyward Sword itself is a prequel, so that's prequel times 2. That's a lot of prequel. So overall, Hyrule Historia, the smallest of the three Goddess Collection books, the first one to come out, a bit outdated, but absolutely lovely. And if you're a Zelda fan, and if you're a Skyward Sword fan, or you just love, Zelda lore, this is definitely a book to get, because it's basically just Zelda lore. So let's put this down here. And the next one, the second one to come out, which I believe came out in 2015, is this, Arts and Artifact. Now, Arts and Artifact is pretty much just an entire book about art. Go figure. So we can have a look. It's really heavy. That it has just so much art. You've got Twilight Princess. Sorry. It goes through all the games. So there you've got Majora's Mask. I think it's the most expensive of the bunch because of all the art and Skyward Sword. But I'm not going to show it forever. And if you just go through, it has character design and animations. It has, what else does it have? More character designs. And then we have items. So for each game, it also has all the items in that game. Hello! It has all the items. And what else? Let's have a look. Oh, more Skyward Sword. They love their Skyward Sword, don't they? And I believe Yeah, so you can see, for example, this is Triforce Heroes, is it? Yes, it is. And it has, like, all the outfits in Triforce Heroes. Again, I have not played much of because I don't have any friends. I'm kidding, I do. Don't be like, oh no, Filthy Viking has no friends, in the comments, because I do. That was a joke. And at the end of the book, because this is a big book, it has just some teaser stuff for my favourite game, because this was released before Breath of the Wild came out. This one is my least favourite of the bunch, just because I don't love pictures, I prefer, words. But it's still fantastic, and for a Zelda fan, you gotta get it. It's, to complete the collection. To complete the collection, guys. And thirdly is, oh my gosh, this one, the Encyclopedia, my favourite. And this one is pretty much a mix of both, with more stuff. It's the biggest, it's the best. Actually, it's not actually the biggest technically, but it's the biggest in terms of it has the most content. It's pretty great. My hands move when I talk. But anyway, what this one is it's called the Encyclopedia. So it's a Zelda Encyclopedia. It is what it says. And we start off with a map. There's I actually got a poster of that on my wall over there. You can't see it, but I promise you it's over there. And if you go through, it has Link and Zelda, and throughout, it pretty much has a redone version of the timeline. Can I see that? Yeah, here we go. A redone version of the timeline, and not as flashy as the one in Hyrule Historia, but more accurate and more detail. And then just tons of information about all the areas in all the Zelda games. So you've got New Hyrule from Spirit Tracks, and then as you continue along, you've got geography. Let's have a look. You've got geography. You have how the games connect, how the maps connect across the games. Which I realized when looking at this that Dragon Roost Island is actually where is it? I'm sorry, I just gotta find this. This is really important stuff, guys. Dragon Roost Island is, in fact, Zora's domain, not Death Mountain like I thought it was. That's pretty crazy. Also, you guys love this. That's the chimney. And then we continue on, and we've got food. That's what we want. We want food, don't we? Food is what we want in our Zelda game. And as we continue, we have monsters. Demons, Demise, he's, the devil of Zelda, he is. And then as we continue, we can have that we can see that there's pretty much a bit of everything in alphabetical order. You've got, the games, pictures, pretty much anything in the Zelda universe is in this book. You have, just a bit of everything. I mean, you guys can't see that really well, but there's just a bit of everything in there, and it's just brilliant. Just flicking through here as a Zelda fan is fantastic. And then next we have the bit about all the game's story, the plot, the characters. Link to the Past doesn't have a plot. I'm kidding, it does. It actually does. It's the first Zelda with a plot. I admire that, but its plot kind of sucks now. It's generic. And we also have is character relationships between all the games. Twilight Princess has the most. And so that's the Ocarina of Time one. I'll find the Twilight Princess one for you guys, because that one's pretty great. Just wait a second. Actually, you can look at the Wind Waker one first. That's the Wind Waker one. You've also got just general information for Wind Waker. So it has information for all the games, and also some development stuff. That's what I forgot to mention. All of these books, sorry, I keep on saying games. All of these books have development details. So if you like how the games were made, that's also quite interesting, because there's a lot of that in here too. There's my Twilight Princess, and I lied to you. Wind Waker seems to be bigger than Twilight Princess, but Twilight Princess still has quite a lot of characters and how they connect to each other. It's also just a really good game. Oh, there we go. Skyward Sword. I love Skyward Sword. But what else is in the book? Just background stuff. So you've got Link's crossbow training there, the best Zelda game, and a bit about it. And as we continue, we can see that it just has appearances for across the Zelda series in other games, or not made by Nintendo. It does not, strangely, have the best Zelda games, which are the CDI ones. I don't know why. And as we continue, we can see that it also has promotional posters. Actually, I'll let you see that, actually, not just go, woohoo, and then, so you can't see it, and then you're sad. And yeah, and then it has a development interview from the legend himself, Eiji Aonuma, that goes on. I'm thinking discussing Breath of the Wild especially. So yeah, those are, and then a nice little Triforce Hyrule crest in the back. That's the back of the book, by the way. So yeah, these are the Legend of Zelda Goddess Collection books by Hyrule Historia, and they are rather brilliant. They are a must-buy for any Zelda fan if you need it. But they're also really expensive, so you have to save up. I mean, if you're like me and you don't have money. But yeah, they're absolutely brilliant. If you have to get one, I would recommend getting the encyclopedia because one, this is the one that's up to date the most. It has the most completely accurate information because it's the most recent and it's a bit of a mix of the other two. Horror Historia is fantastic. It's the first one, but it is outdated and it doesn't have, as much information as the encyclopedia. The encyclopedia has lots of art, lots of detail. And just so much lore. If you're a Zelda fan, I mean, look, it even has the freaking alphabet. Like, you've got the Gerudo alphabet and all that, so you can translate it. I don't know if it has the Sheikah alphabet, but whatever. The book. And yeah, they're all fantastic books. If you're a Zelda fan, try and get them, but if you have to get one, the encyclopedia is the way to go. So, that has been my review for the Goddess Collection books for The Legend of Zelda, a trilogy review, not trilogy, a trio review. It's 3-in-1 review for the Goddess Collection books. Now, make sure you hit like if you enjoyed this video. If you want to see me do more Legend of Zelda content, make sure you subscribe to see all of my lovely content. Check out my latest video here, and that is also the Top 10 Zelda videos one, which I put quite a bit of time and effort in, even though it's not an original concept. It's an important video to me. It's my favorite Zelda game. It's my favorite series, You want to see that video. Anyway, I'm going to quit rambling and let you guys go on with your day. Thank you very much. I've been the Aussie Viking, and I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.